Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to LEGO DC Supervillains. We're in the open world, trying to get all of the gold bricks and races and characters that we can figure out. And we missed a few because we did a race mostly that took us out of Smallville, but there was also a couple that I didn't quite figure out in this top part of the map. So the goal now is going to be to just try and start at this area up here and find the couple of things over there. And I guess what if we would have to do if we were 100% ground bound and didn't have Black Adam is we'd have to maneuver ourselves down this way, and then tickets don't even do anything, find a way up to the higher area. And it's like one of the things that's questionable, like that's going to the Metropolis underpass, that direction. And then there is also just this issue in that there are a lot of potential secret challenges all in this overworld. And even if you were to play as a speedster, in this case, this would be a weird experience. I'm in destruction mode, and that's just going to constantly become an issue. Alright, we'll just play it without destruction mode. I'd like it to be on demolition mode, but every time I walk near anything, it breaks. So, yeah, we can take this round ball.
Why not pick up a Lexmatic Funbox 4000 today? So all good video game retailers.
And see, these little ball things don't even really have any connection to anything. Like, there's just like no reason why that's there. Whereas obviously there should have been a whole level in which you're doing racing down with those. This is just like way too slow. Way too slow to get to this point, to jump into this, and then watch the slow transition. But notice I did do Transit Tycoon there. So you have to ride this 2 or 3 times, or ride 2 or 3 different
Poor Discordia. We'll find something to cheer you up.
Right, so here we have a challenge. We'll see what this is. This looks like
Hello,
a race.
could you help me? My Pegasus, Discordia, has been feeling down ever since we got to Metropolis.
I don't even know who this character is supposed to be. I kind of think like it's supposed to be a friend of Wonder Woman, but I couldn't tell you.
I can't find any Pegasus treats in the big city. Maybe you could head over to Smallville and pick up some things for us?
Okay. So now we have a mission to go back to Smallville. And we can keep that mission for a while, if we want to, or very possibly we'll start a different mission and ignore that one. Yeah, if we enter this area, it cancels our current mission. Which, let's just do that.
Ah, good day. Please excuse the new security measures we are currently installing. They are offline until further instruction. Keep away from that. It's an incredibly rare alien artifact. If you even dare to touch it, I will tell Superman. Then you'll be in trouble.
So we've got what is effectively the same area as one of the levels, just differently decorated. And we're just wasting time as we collect studs to try and find
The flowers in Flash's room need to be replaced. He does so enjoy how they put it in his day.
basically in any Lego game, if you can break it, then break it, because it isn't part of any larger puzzle element, and that will clean out an area.
Did I remember to get the paper for this one? Yes, yes I did.
We need like 50 million studs, and then 250 million studs. For the last two score multipliers.
It's amazing that Wonder Woman is as wonderful as her name suggests. And so polite, too.
It's a real shame that there isn't a natural transition from the overworld into levels like this. But even if there was a natural transition, you still have the problem of just a lot of areas and buildings not really existing and not having anything in them. So in the level, when you play this as a level, there was this whole section on the right that I didn't even notice. And that obviously was where some collectibles were. In this instance, you can't go to the left or the right. And I would say I don't really get the feeling like this is a good design of a Justice, Hall of Justice type building. I don't know if there's maybe some reasons or as to why it looks like this, or if there's any comic book canon as far as it looking like this, but it mostly just feels like it was a throwaway concept that would have been fine for a level, but it's not impressive. And you can definitely tell that, because if it was going to be impressive, then the camera would more zoom in on it or zoom out to show how impressive it is. Okay, I want to grab this door and open this. So that's going to activate a laser and start reflecting the laser, and obviously we're going to have a laser reflection puzzle here to get the one gold brick. It was Cheetah that was able to climb the other area. Here, it's an elevator.
Leave this to me.
So it feels like I'm just opening a door for another character to come up here. Of course, there is a slight problem of introducing the idea of hovering platforms, in the idea that then multiple people should be able to control. There should be multiple hovering platforms around.
Green Lantern of Sector 2814. How can I help?
You have this picture of Cyborg. Maybe as a hint that we should play as Cyborg. You would think if it is the Green Lantern symbol, then you would want to play as Green Lantern. That they should perhaps have multiple puzzles like this that would be built around the different symbols of different characters. And that didn't have a highlight on it, so that was confusing to look at. So we're building the statues of the Trinity with Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. The two lasers charge the statue's eyeball.
So mad with you when I tell him about this. Oh, I'd better clean this up before Batman comes back. He's such a stickler for cleanliness.
Nice! Now I just need a celebratory catchphrase. Something along the lines of, Booyah!
Okay.
Fastest man alive, speeding into action.
Doesn't seem to break this. Doesn't seem to be able to break that. See, you would really expect the camera to do a flyover and show all of this, or to be able to zoom out and show everything. And you have about a quarter of the room here that it's being highlighted, and then the rest of the room we have no idea as far as what's right in front of this. And to me, it seems like there's nothing else to do here, which seems very weird. That you wouldn't just get a notification around that idea that you've done everything. You can see that guy glitching out like crazy. Okay. So on to the next character.
I'm Batman.
It's a little bit surprising that Batman doesn't like do more. Okay. You would kind of think that he might be the main character, since, or at least a major character. Okay, so this is Gold Justice League. Do we break it that way? Or do we have to fly up? Suppose there's a point here where you could potentially try to balance characters who have a flying ability by giving them just no other abilities other than flying high in the air. And this is a prime example of there not being anything high in the air to see.
someone to believe in. Because it looks like myself isn't gonna cut it.
Okay. Let's see. Looks like we may have something down here. Notice how Batman magically teleported. So let's walk in a corner and see if he magically teleports again. Maybe if we go way to the top here. There he is. No fall damage, which is good for a kid's game. Yep, and it seems to me like all of these light switches are likely going to be relative in the same places
I'd probably go dig it up, but that place is full of dangerous
to this floor, so should find one somewhere in the middle, and we should find two on the left. Have to wait for it to despawn. Interesting. So let's see what's down here. Not something Black Adam can handle. Okay, what am I supposed to be using to break that? Is it... maybe this? Okay, we see a wall. It seems golden. That would imply to me you're going to do something. Guess maybe I have to dig.
Something that can't be solved by running really fast? That's so weird.
Ah, now it makes sense. And if you're standing right on the item you're supposed to interact with, it will let you just switch directly to that character. So let's hit Y very quickly and switch to Batman, and Batman switched that.
Then by November of next year, it should...
I suppose they are limiting you down to Batman characters. They can throw batarangs as far as the Batman switches go. And I shouldn't waste time trying to activate or smash things that don't matter. Should focus on the specific goal that is right in front of me. So there's the gold brick. Over here is nothing. And you hit an invisible wall, so you can't fly over the mountain. I see there's a way to get up here without flying. It's like they designed this game halfway, assuming the characters wouldn't be able to fly. And then they started to introduce characters that could fly.
Most people couldn't pull that look off.
Which I guess that does potentially make some sense, that if this really was going to be playing just as the supervillains, it wouldn't be super surprising. That was not what I meant to do. Yeah, if you were just playing as Batman, or if you were just playing as the supervillains, you would not really be able to fly as much, and then the whole world would have to have been designed in such a way that you were working, putting a lot more walking and work, both, frankly, to solve these kind of puzzles. Hopefully that didn't reset all the lights. It did. Well, that's annoying. A modern engine would definitely account for fixing this problem. Like, it really doesn't make sense for a whole level to reset just because you walked a little bit away. This is simply being a limitation of RAM. We can see the preferences being made too, as far as what characters they really want you to use. Of course, if you were going to have to walk around all the time, which you are having to walk around quite a bit anyways, you would need more stuff happening. Just in general, this is a very boring experience to have to walk around the hall for 20 seconds with no action occurring.
You've heard of a... right?
And as much as you may want to speedrun this, this isn't going to happen very fast. Wait for it to despawn enough to activate that.
Hashtag no filter.
The random dialogue from civilians, not adding much.
What's the date again?
Got 1.971 right now. So, if I up my gym game, then by November of next year, it should be 2.131.
We'll just grab the gold brick.
Has hidden magical properties.
It's totally not worth it to try to jump and climb your way up there. Map-wise, there's still another gold brick somehow. Vacuum suck. And I guess that'll give us a slight hint as to what we need to do.
Step 2, conquer the world of politics. Step 3, rob.
It really is just not a good
Vacation every now and again.
angle to look at this area. So either I'm supposed to slideways into this area, and this brings us back to another instance of this area. Which, the only reason we have different instances, there's an arrow even pointing you in that direction, is because two people had two different ideas and they couldn't combine the ideas into one level, or didn't want the levels to be that complicated. These levels in this game in particular are way too short.
Oh, hey there. Don't mind the mess. You'd think being superheroes, they might be a little better at tidying up after themselves. Anyway, I need to clear those containers, but... in typical fashion, it looks like the system for the hangar shield got damaged in the ruckus, and now I can't get to them. You wouldn't mind helping out, would you?
So, yet another puzzle area with one goal. Exclusive. Whole bunch of blue studs there, so that might be a good point to try to walk around if we were looking for studs. I would have to assume, though, that we're actually going to solve any actual need for studs pretty easily in this game. I don't think things are going to be that expensive.
Brilliant. Just need 2 more.
I had no idea that that was what I was supposed to be doing. I just knew that was something I could do. So I did it. Is there possibly some fun to be had by jumping into this? No. At least not at the moment. Am I supposed to break the ship? Doesn't seem like it. There's a bunch of box of Wayne Enterprise technology. We'll break the camera just to see if possibly there was a challenge around that. We're still collecting studs. fairly confused as to whether I'm actually supposed to be doing something here. Why could I break one and not the other? That's weird. Just break a bunch of stuff up here just to see what's going on. Yeah, that one broke very easily. It even seems like that might be what I'm supposed to do in the left, is break the cameras. Well, whatever. I would say our attract studs concept probably has some work that could be done for that too. If, for instance, attract studs really just made all studs work towards you, work their way towards you when they spawned, that would be nice. Particularly if they just kind of bounced in a linear fashion through walls and things, and you didn't have to have them programmed to pathfind. Okay, we'll just resolve to break everything. But you can see how across the screen there's a lot of studs that are not making their way towards me. I see there's a character over here, so maybe we need to brainwash this character. Yeah. That seems like that was what I was supposed to have done. So that's moving a crate. There's no way I would have known that that's what was going to happen.
What? Oh! Did I do that? I'm getting out of here. Maintenance can sort it out later.
That's another security camera destroyed, but the number didn't go down, so obviously that's not what they're depicting on the left there. Although I am having a real hard time
I didn't think to ask where you're getting these from.
figuring out where.
I don't really care. All that matters is the job's getting done.
So I'm collecting these square electrical cubes, and as soon as I touch them, they're just magically teleporting. Interesting that there's this whole underground tunnel, and that's where a bunch of blue studs would have been, but I already attracted them. And you would think attract studs, in this case, would collect all of the studs just as soon as you are in this minigame. But it doesn't seem like it actually does anything when you're in the minigame. And that's really slow for a transition. Yep, and you just touch it.
Good. With all the
Which we
cells in
don't
place,
collect
that should allow
anything
you to
else
use
like
the
that.
energy field control console.
And here we have a whole different like mini game with the mouse cursor type input. It just match colors. And I don't think that there's a actual puzzle here other than just clicking them. Like,
That's not right. And what is that noise?
No! Oh, no. I need to reset that energy field now.
The boss is not going to be happy. That's his new furniture, or at least it was. Has that thing always been out there?
We should probably check that, right?
Maybe I can get Kevin to tell him. He likes Kevin.
can't do anything with this. So you have a bunch of like furniture as a gimmick.
Once again, the Crown Prince of Conundrums is successful in his endeavors.
I have no idea who that character or what that character was all about. And we're at 25 million and we are definitely not moving very fast. And is it really worth it to break these shipping containers? No. But noticeably, shipping containers full of Lego furniture could have been in multiple locations throughout the entire open world. And that would have been a very acceptable thing to have a lot of repetition on. Yeah, and there's just nothing here other than some Lego things that don't break, which there's not really a good reason why they don't break. A few things I missed that do break. It definitely feels like this was going to be a much bigger area at one point. And this won't give you enough studs to justify standing here for a long period of time to try and grind out studs. I'm not gonna get another 25 million. And then you just have this one camera that is programmed to be indestructible. Then we have to wait for this whole animation to slide ways out.
I want those weekly estimated net usage system.
Okay.
While I was taking selfies. The toxic waste.
So let's come over here. Swap to Black Bolt. I mean Black Adam. I think there is a character named Black Bolt, but I could just be thinking of a
I can't find any
name of a
Pegasus.
horse. Okay. So carrots and apples from Smallville. Here we go. It really does want you to go through, I guess, this transition point. This is, I guess, how they're probably hiding that a lot of the open world is being reset to a default state and offloaded from the RAM. There's a definite problem with LEGO games in particular, is that they are looking towards stop horsing around. If you hurry, maybe I'll even let you write Discordia, maybe, if she wants to. Yeah, LEGO games are designed to be on, like, Wii U, Nintendo Switch consoles first and foremost. They definitely are not designed to run on your most powerful okay, that was funny. Was that a thing I was supposed to do something about? Or did we just create chaos for a reason? Something saved when we move those characters around.
Gothamopolis is a great idea. Save me a few cable card tickets.
But yeah, it definitely would have been a lot nicer if. Okay.
Hey, are you gonna pay for those?
We've got a couple of things from the grocery store, and now I guess we're going somewhere else. If these games were made for more powerful hardware, then they could fix a lot of the open world ambitions that they have, and actually have more of an open world experience.
My trail mix!
Eventually we will get a Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever it will be called, and it will be severely better as far as CPU and GPU and RAM compared to the Switch 1, but that doesn't inherently mean it will, even at that point, be a particularly powerful piece of hardware. It's very possible that it will be rather underpowered compared to a modern console, AAA, like more expensive consoles, or even a modern cell phone. So it seems obvious that when you're in an instance like this, looks like you found all of Discordia's favorite trees. Hurry on back. When you are in an instance, they spawn in special collectibles that can only be gotten during that time. And even though the map indicates that there are other red bricks, gold bricks to collect, that doesn't seem like it's the safest idea to get distracted. That's another problem with just open world games in general, particularly ones for kids, because you really are encouraging a lot of ADHD, in which you have players, some kids, jumping around left and right, chasing 3 or 4 different goals at the same time, instead of just focusing in on doing one thing at a time.
Discordia is looking happier already. I owe you one. Say thank you, Discordia.
Nothing can match my power.
That's
But
Donna
I shall
Troy.
give this item all the same.
So, not Diana Troy, the Wonder Woman alter ego. Some of the alter egos in DC, though, are not the same people. So Donna Troy might very well be like the alter ego of Superwoman from the Justice Society, the evil Wonder Woman. So we see a gold brick here, and we see a sign here.
I will leave this for lesser beings to take care of.
Gold panning. Switch the heat wave. And so you hit the gold bricks down, and you see those two ladies, those two minifigs, gold panning. And then you come over and you do this. And you would have just had to figure that out. And those aren't really Lego bees. And now we can see that the Lego gold bricks are going down that way. Let's see. You can see how they are just textureless black dots. Even when you zoom in and look at them. And I suspect we need a Captain Cold character.
Captain Cold is more than ready for another chilling.
I was gonna go with a different character than Captain Cold. We haven't played with Captain Cold much. And then we build it.
Something to put on my refrigerator, perhaps.
What day is it today?
This guy wants to slide. He's not particularly a character I'd want to play with. Let's go ahead and start this challenge again.
Greetings. My system.
Try this again.
Now go forth and converse with the locals.
I see indicators that there would be, say, a gold brick up here. Okay. Smallville news. Gold found just outside town. Tell my producer I quit. That's a follow-up from collecting the other one. They really should have connected all of that together.
I'm sorry I criticized your choice of organic lip balm. Please let me in.
Like, if it popped up a newspaper icon.
I said I didn't like your mother. I do like her. She's just, you know, exhausting. Open the door. Someone's out here breaking furniture. And I don't know how they got here. Or why they're even doing that. Oh, wait. Now they're building something?
So we're gonna experiment here with missing. You see it gets easier each time you miss. So there is potentially...
Oh, they're gone again. That was random.
Now, real horror begins.
Right. So now do we need
Come for the low crime rates?
Batman?
Stay for the mid-sized private ride.
I don't know what's happening. There isn't really a great way to get up there. You could get fancy and try and get on the ledge here, which is sloped, so it doesn't really want to get you on that ledge, and then you could try to jump on that section but that I think is really the default way you were supposed to get up there. I imagine you were supposed to jump down from this point. Okay.
I can handle this.
A trampoline! So you were trying to help me. Next time, say something, okay? It comes off as weird if you don't say anything.
Oh, you're up. I thought you were going to sleep in while I went to the store.
You locked me on the balcony. I just went to check out the amazing view.
So nobody was even in there.
And before I knew it, I couldn't get back in.
The door locks automatically.
Oh, right. Well, pay my rescuer then?
What's interesting about this is
perhaps
this is potentially a two female friend story, or they've snuck in a lesbian romance into a kid's Lego game, which would have be a weird inclusion, but I wouldn't put it past any game developer to try and sneak that in. Where are these two guys going? And the game just crashed. And there's not really a good reason why the game would have crashed. So I guess I could launch the game again, but we're so close to the end of the level anyways, or the end of the episode, that I think we'll just end on this crash. This is either the third or fourth random crash. Windows isn't catching an error or anything like that that has happened in the many hours that we've been playing Lego DC Supervillains. It's not terrible. It's definitely something you can live with, but it's not the experience you really would want to have, particularly for a kid's game. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.